talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris Disonell. Today we got a very special guest joining the show. It's even more special because we're here in person. It's my man, Carlos Lozoya. How are we doing today, brother?
Doing good, brother.
Hey, man, thank you for taking the time to let me into, Connor's mom's basement. I've heard about this place only in stories. It's great to actually be here. Definitely a great facility you guys got going on. We're here to talk about Combat FC 6, though. Big one versus Chris Disonell, February 9th, Shriners Auditorium in Wilmington, Massachusetts. It's been a little bit since we talked, though, right? I think Fury FC 70, when you were fighting Cleveland McLean. I think that was back in, October 2022.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, so it's been a little bit. So let's kind of recap some things, and then we'll get into the newest one that's on tap for you, all right? So let's get into Fury FC 70. Talk to me about that Cleveland McLean fight. Unfortunately, it doesn't go your way. You lose by split decision. On the judges' scorecards at the end of the fight, did you think that you had done enough to win that one?
I was kind of 50-50 at the moment. I thought I definitely did enough, especially when I heard the first score. For me, because I think the first score was 4 rounds to 1. And for me, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I definitely, if it's split, I definitely, edged off. But I totally understand, where, some other, the other two judges would see, Cleveland winning. So, at the moment, I was upset about it, but, I was really understanding about it also. It was just a hard fight, and, it was out of town, and a hard time,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know, another up-and-coming New England prospect, Mitch Raposo, was on tap to fight Cleveland McLean at Cage Titan 62. Unfortunately, that one doesn't really end up going through for him. But you guys both being from the same area, was there any shared knowledge going in there between you and Mitch a little bit before to kind of get him ready for that Cleveland fight?
Yeah, me and Mitch are homies, and we train every once in a while. I didn't really get to talk to Mitch too much about Cleveland because I was kind of I was pretty deep into school, and I kind of mentioned that he's just really fast. I think me dropping down from 35 to 25, that was probably one of the hardest things dealing with Cleveland. I was like, man, this motherfucker's fast.
For sure.
And but Mitch was, he's also really, really fast. But I think that was one of the things that really surprised me about Cleveland. And that's pretty much all I told Mitch,
Yeah, for sure. Going into this one, man, you are on a small 2-fight skid. Coming into this one, looking to get back on track in 2024. Looking back on the last two, though, what do you think you learned the most from those last 2 fights?
I think just being myself, because I love being a martial artist and I love being technical, but I think I let that take over my style too much, and I just been trying to get back to my roots of being the gritty wrestler that I grew up being, the gritty jiu-jitsu guy that I grew up being, and just kind of being that gritty fighter, because at the end of the day, it's fighting still. It's martial arts, but it's more the spirit of fighting, and I've just been trying to get back to that, and I feel I lost myself for a little bit, and it's when you fight hard competition like that, you're gonna lose some, but I'm glad for that experience too, because I'm glad I'm happier it happened now versus later,
Yeah, for sure. And I know you're typically somebody that likes to stay active in the sport. Your last one was May 2023, so we haven't really seen you in a little bit. What's been kind of keeping you out of the cage?
I've just been doing school. I've been doing school. So last semester I was doing calculus 2, engineering, physics, and then a computer science class.
Yeah,
so I was just
real smart guy stuff.
Yeah, I was just fucking balls deep in school. So I was I was trying to train, but then I couldn't train, know, and for me all my quality training is an hour plus away for me right now. So right now I'm on my break, and then next semester I'm doing a lot less school.
Right.
But I just been busy with school, and I feel I needed the time, because I had 2 hard fights where I took some damage, and I feel I needed some time to take off a little bit. So I didn't mind taking a little bit of time to save my brain,
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely understandable there. You spoke on training a little bit, so let's kind of get into your training camp. You do have a fight coming up February 9th, so you are kind of in the midst of that training camp period. So where are you currently getting your most training camp work in, and what's training camp kind of look like for you right now?
Most of my like training, I would say, is like probably at New England Cartel, and just really with Connor. You know, like that's probably been like the most consistent thing with me, with like ever since I moved to Massachusetts, is like Connor's been like my main training partner, and then like I just been trying to go everywhere like where Connor's at, because like we kind of understand each other, and we kind of like push each other really hard. So I've been mostly training at the cartel, but you know I bounce at other places too. But
For sure.
yeah.
I mean, we are here right now in Mom's Basement MMA, home of Connor Matthews and company. Talk to me about this place a little bit, man. What makes this spot so special for you guys?
I mean, it's just like for Connor, it's special because it's like it's right there, you know. And I always like to tell people who are like getting into training that like the best gym is always the gym that's closest to you.
Right.
But like I mean, it's just like we have like complete control of like what we want to work on, and like Connor's a driller, I'm definitely a driller. And like if I want to work something, we have the ability to work with it, and he has like the equipment. Like we're literally in a cage right now,
Right.
and like great amount of mat space, and he has like a little workout area. So really fortunate like to have this little area too, because I get to just drill like what I need to drill, you know.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely seems like a place where you can kind of come and just focus on specific things that you want to focus on, as opposed to going to your gyms and kind of going through the motions of whatever's going on for classes and whatnot over there. So behind the camera that you guys can't see, jiu-jitsu mats, classes going on right now. Heavy bags. We're literally sitting in a cage. So definitely a cool spot to be able to have at your disposal when you need to and when you want to. Let's talk about your training partners, though. I know you mentioned Cartel. Who were some of the guys that you're kind of working with the most? Who is consistently giving you the most work for this training camp?
I feel like I love going with Chris Mantino, because he's just a really gritty dude, and I always get good rounds with him because he just doesn't stop. So I've been trying to, like, every time he's around, I always try to grab him. I mean, it's just a mix of people. Like obviously Connor a lot. This kid named Fred, amateur fighter but tough kid. Those are probably the guys that I can most consistently go with, especially at Cartel. But I mean, there's so many good guys. I mean, like just gritty guys, you know. So
For sure, definitely good to have plenty of guys at your disposal to like get many different looks and all that work that you need to get in, for sure. Let's talk about who we're going to see in your corner come February 9th, in Wilmington. Who's going to be in your corner that night?
Connor and Tyson, just because they've been working with me the most.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm really fortunate to have these guys, because they've, like, Tyson's like like being in the military, like you get to meet a lot of different kind of leadership styles, and like above all, like Tyson is like he's a really great leader, and he's really like pushed me, like it's nice to have someone that's like doesn't like not to say that he doesn't respect me, but like makes me earn my respect,
Yeah, for sure.
So like I really enjoy that, like that doghouse kind of like hard training style,
Yeah.
I thrive in that, where I love being able to like break myself in practice. I love that, and like having someone that like that's their goal, to like break their athletes.
Right.
Like I really mesh well with Tyson. And then Connor, he's my homie. He understands my game, and he knows what to say to me. So like those are the two guys who are gonna be my corner for the fight.
Awesome, man. Can't really complain there. Definitely two top guys to have with you going into war, that's for sure. Let's talk about Combat FC6, man. The reason we're here, Chris Disonell will be your opponent. He is 6-6 as a pro. Going into this matchup, man, what do you know about your opponent, and then how do you feel about his game?
Chris, he's a tough guy. He's had some hard losses. I think it's gonna be a hard fight still, but I don't really have too much of an opinion on him. He's just another guy that's in the way, that's a gritty motherfucker, and I just want to be another gritty motherfucker in front of him. So I'm excited for the matchup, man. No hate towards Chris, but like I'm just excited to like get like my shit out,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been a while. I'm sure you got a little pent up aggression that you like to get out in a
100%.
competitive nature, especially in an MMA fight inside the cage. Looking at the fight stylistically, where do you see yourself having the advantage here?
Man, like, I mean, he's a wrestler. I think like my grappling like definitely way better, but I think just pace, man. I think that's something that I've really been working like to get back into like what I was before, and I think I just I'm not even trying to think styles because I think like I just want to be in his face. I know he's like a boxer like slash wrestler, so I don't know what to expect. Like it could be like maybe I can't take him down and we just scrap. But if I do take him down, I think it's gonna be a hard night for him. So, but I think probably my advantage is definitely the grappling.
There you go. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first fight in New England, right?
Yeah, first fight in
Okay,
Massachusetts.
so how does that feel knowing that you are, a Massachusetts resident now? This is your first fight inside Massachusetts, and I know typically you travel for a lot of your fights, but now that you're going to be fighting in the region, it must be nice for you to have like friends and family and training partners and the boys pull up for the fight. How does it feel kind of having this first one here in Massachusetts?
It's really nice because like like my last two fights, like I struggled to even find a corner. So like my last fight, I was supposed to have a corner and then they couldn't make it, so I had no corner. And like just small things like I don't have to worry about like like figuring out my travel and shit like that. It's nice. It's like I know I have the support here, and it's like it eases my mind a lot actually. And my wife's never even seen me fight because like we have like responsibilities here, so it's gonna be nice to like have her see me in person to fight.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. I think the biggest difference from fighting like in Massachusetts and fighting like somewhere else is like I feel like I have more support here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to be in the building that night as well, so hopefully this will be my first time watching you perform live. I've been following your career, from afar, watching you fight on Fight Pass or Fury and whatnot. So, with me being in the building, hopefully I'll be able to see you perform for the first time live. I'm very excited about that. Let's talk about those last three at Fury. They were at 125.
Mm-hmm.
This one's scheduled to be at 135, correct? Why the change in weight for this one?
I just couldn't find anyone at 25. That's it.
Yeah, simple.
I tried to find someone at 25, and Chris was like a person that said yes to me, and I was just like, okay, I don't care. I thought it was a great matchup for me, so I like 35 a lot anyways, and like I'm small for the weight, but I feel good, I feel powerful, and it doesn't worry me. Most of my fights are at 35, so
Right.
like I don't really care. Like to me, it's like I'm just not cutting weight.
Yeah, for sure. That makes it a little bit easier, I'm sure. On February 9th, what can the fans expect from Carlos Lozoya once those cage doors lock inside Shriners Auditorium, man?
I think just someone who's just like looking for dominance. I don't want to just win. I want to dominate, and I think it's just a different style that like New England's hasn't really seen of like. I don't think people really have seen like my style. It's just. I think just like someone who's gonna be gritty and someone's gonna be like ready to press. I'm not, and it's not for the sake of the fans, but it's for the sake of me of like just trying to get back to who I am. So I think that's what people can expect here.
Hell yeah, man. Like I said, very excited to see you perform. Like I said, it's been since May 2023 that we've seen you in action, so I'm sure everybody can agree that we're excited to watch you fight again. Hopefully, like I said, I'll be in the building. I'll see you on fight night. I appreciate you for opening the doors and letting me come in and sit down and talk with you, man. We're literally doing a rogue on the floor in the cage, man. This is pretty cool. One more thing before I get out of here, though. I know you're a fight fan as well. Next weekend, UFC 297, Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. Do you have an opinion on that matchup? And then ultimately, who do you think wins?
Oh, man.
Putting you on the spot here.
I think that is going to be a firefight. I think Strickland gets it done by decision.
Okay.
Probably by decision.
Sean Strickland by decision.
I think I think Duplass, a great guy, in your face as well, but I think Strickland's defense is going to shine against a guy like that. So, Strickland by decision.
Perfect, man. There we go. We're gonna run with it. Carlos, thank you again, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Before I get you out of here, anything you want to say to the guys? Where can they find you? Any sponsors you need to shout out? The whole nine.
You can find me on Instagram at Carlos Lozoya MMA, and come watch my fight February 9th, Combat FC. get tickets for me if you want to watch it.
They heard the man. Slide in his DMs. Get your tickets now. It's going to be a great card. Make sure you guys show up. Shriners Auditorium, Wilmington, Massachusetts. Combat FC 6 going down February 9th. Carlos,
Thanks, brother.
thanks again, my man. It's good to talk to you.
Thanks so much.
Got down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.